Hi guys, I hope you're okay and having a good day. I just thought I'd do this video because I was nervous when I had to have my toenail removed, especially the second time, because I didn't have a good experience the first time. It really isn't that bad. The first time we don't know what went wrong, we really don't. Possibly the injection didn't go in the right place or whatever. Anyway, I would recommend having it done at a hospital rather than a GP surgery, put it that way. So they will give you an instruction sheet, like what to expect, like what you need to do to look after the toe afterwards, like how to clean it. They'll give you plenty of dressings. It really isn't that scary to look at. I was dreading looking at it because I was terrified of what it would look like, and it wasn't that bad. What they do is you go in, they give you all the instructions, etc, etc. They ask you to sign a consent form, and then say my finger is the toe, the big toe. What they will do is they will put, it's not easy trying to get it, they will put like injections like around the sides, and they call it a ring block, and it blocks all the nerves from where they put the injection in all the way to the top of the toe. Now they might need to put a little bit more in to top it up, but they will test it first. She gets a little I don't know if you've seen them, they're called lancets, and they're used for people who have to have blood sugar tests, and she gets one of those because they've got a little pin in the end, and she basically tests to make sure that your toe is numb. She doesn't do it hard, it's just enough so that if it wasn't properly numb you would feel it. She doesn't do it hard. And then once that's done, they clean the toe to make sure that they don't introduce any infection to it. And then I just zoned out, and I was chatting to them beforehand, and I just while she was actually doing it, I zoned out, and she gently pulled it out, well, as gentle as you can do, and she checked around the sides for any stray pieces of nail that might be still in there so that they don't get infected or cause infection or anything like that. And she makes sure that everything's removed, and then she cleans it all again. She stops the bleeding, she cleans it all again so everything is very clean, and then she dresses it for you. Now you leave that dressing on for 24 hours. You do need to take some slippers with you that you don't mind getting dirty, and that's not for blood, that's because you want to go outside and they need to have plenty of space in them for a big dressing. But apart from that, you don't really need anything. They did actually say, a lot of them say on the information sheets to bring slippers that you don't mind being cut, but they didn't need to do that in the end. And just make sure that you got slippers. Apparently they don't cut people's slippers very often, but I took both my pairs of slippers, and then I had I was able to use the my regular slippers in the end, and I just hobbled out to the car. The next day I went for a dressing change, so they just kind of make sure that it's not showing signs of infection or anything like that. They just make sure that the bleeding has stopped. It does ooze for a while, and that is totally normal, and there's absolutely nothing to worry about with that. Afterwards you will need to soak it in salt water every day, and you'll know when you don't need to do that anymore. Soak it in salt water every day, and change the dressings every day. Change the dressings every day while you're soaking it in cold water, and then salt water, warm salt water. And then after that, when you no longer need to do the salt water soaking anymore, you just change the dressings. After I didn't need to do it, I just changed the dressings every day for a week, and then every other day, and like now I still put the dressings on even though it's healed, because it just feels really strange without them, and it kind of, I don't like the feeling of my socks against my toe without the nail on it. But that's just me. You won't have to do that if you don't want to. That's totally optional. But there's rarely any complications. They do also, when they're doing it, they do also put a chemical in, and I can't for the life of me remember what it's called now, and it stops the nail growing back. Sometimes, occasionally it does grow back. It grew back with my sister when she had hers done, but not very often. So, and when it does grow back, it doesn't grow back like it used to. Very often it grows back in a small, like a small square of nail, and it's not like the original nail at all, and it doesn't cause too much trouble. So yeah, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was the fear of the unknown and the fact that I'd had a bad experience having it done at my GP surgery. So yeah, it's not bad at all, and it's over before you know it.